Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your timeless messages for Starseeds, Lightworkers, Angel Seeds, Earth Seeds, or whatever term you resonate with. These messages are from your Galactic family. So please only take your message and leave the rest for the person who needs to hear it. And if you like the content I create, don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll see when more messages are posted. Let's see what your Galactic family has to say. First, we have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? That could be Warrior Man as well. Absolutely. Have you answered your deepest calling? And I get a lot of us are feeling kind of lost. And it's like, I know I'm better than this. Not better in a term, as a term of ego. But I know I could be doing more. I know my calling is higher. You know, like, who wakes up and says, I'm going to be a cashier for my life? But obviously that thing is needed right now. But it's like, man, you know, I'm magnetic. I can, you know, I've got all these skills. I know I can do better than this. Not to talk crap on cashiers, because honestly, I was a cashier, so, and I liked it. Anyways. Have you answered your deepest calling? Next we have, how can you feed others when your own table is empty? And that's another thing. I'm Sagittarius, so I'll probably be resonating all over this table. How can you feed others when your table is empty? Like, you get to a point where you give and you want to show love, you want to show support, and then all of a sudden, you start feeling a little bit of animosity, like, you know what, I don't think I want to give anymore, because how much are you going to take? Before you start realizing, and you kind of get upset, because it's like, why don't these people realize that I'm not happy? Why don't these people realize that maybe I would like someone to do some things for me? So, when do we get to a point when we start to realize that we've got to feed ourselves too? We can't go hungry. It's all about balance, and I really feel like that's what your Galactic family is trying to say to you. Hidden path, the marriage of spirit and matter. So your Galactic family is wanting to encourage your development of spirituality and being here in the 3D. So your growth in the 5D is just as important as your growth in the 3D, and finding that balance between both worlds, which can be difficult, especially when you've got to put food on the table. Then you've got Earth Guide. Your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. So when you operate from a state of love, the balance between both worlds becomes a little more clear. You have to find a way of communicating between yourself and the other party. You know, this could even be your kids, and just being like, look, I love you guys, but honestly, I am very tired right now. Just let me get a nap. Let me charge up. Let me get myself to where I need to be, and then we can go do that thing you guys want to do. You know, whatever it is. Go to the park, go to the movies, do this or that. Even in your love life, like being in a relationship, being in a romantic relationship, even in your family relationships, those things can be draining when they expect so much from you. They expect to be taken care of to some extent. You've got to have that equal give and take, you know? I mean, intimacy, all of those things. Yeah, there's good things about it, but it's not always about giving. It needs to be about reciprocal action. And sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need a break, and that's just how it is. So what I'm seeing here, okay, I get it. I get it. So you've got Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands, and 8 of Pentacles. So you may be in the middle of making some decisions. You've got the Knight of Cups here. So I get that you've got an offer, maybe even 3. Because we also have the 3 of Wands. Wands is fire energy. So I get that You've got some offers of love. You've also got the Eight of Pentacles. So I get that you're really working on yourself. You're in a state of journeying, you know, really journeying to find yourself. And I mean, maybe it's that balance between the spiritual and the 3D. Your galactic family they are encouraging you to find your deepest calling, and I think what you're asking is almost, how do I mesh these things? Because when you're trying to find, and it's not even that you're turbo looking for someone, but when you have a significant other, how do they fit into you finding your calling? How do they fit into your meshment of the 3D and the 5D? You know, then you have to explain your, you know, spiritual path, and I mean, maybe that card is about that. So finding a way to just be loved and loved, all of that is part of your journey. So we have the Chariot card and the Ten of Air. Wow. So the Chariot card means two things to me. It, again, mirrors the card of marrying the spiritual world into the physical world. So what they've just told me is, and that's great, thank you. You don't have to be alone to be spiritual. You don't have to be alone to be spiritual. You're going to meet someone who will allow you to be who you are in a beautiful, beautiful way. And they're not going to judge you. So that's great. It also means making a choice. Making a choice between these options. And I think at one point, one person will stand out above the rest. I mean, you're going to have people who will come across your path just to see, you know, I mean, I believe you're a catch. You're going to see who is in it for the long run and who's not. And you're going to wait and see who's in it for the long run, because you're not in it just to, you know, play around. And then you've got the Ten of Air, which does signify completion. And air is really about communication and ideas, separation, change. So you're completing this cycle of being single, for the single people out there. For the people in relationships, you're completing this cycle of struggle. You're finally getting to a point where you feel like you can communicate, and that's beautiful. So the way that your galactic family is communicating with you is by seeing feathers. Feathers, or if you see angels. And this could be pictures of angels, or if you see real angels out there, you know, you never know. So what I'm getting is, if there are so there's going to be people that cross your path who will just randomly help you out. They're the angels I'm talking about. And you're going to be like, wow, that was odd. They were right there when I needed them. So earth angels, and that's kind of what I take it as. People, like, say you're in the grocery store line and you're like $5 short and you didn't realize it, and there's that person that's like, hey, I got you, it's okay, here's $5. You're like, that's your galactic family sending you help when you need it. And they're like, Sagittarius, I'm here, we got you, we're here for you. And your goal here is, you're an earth guide. You're to show people love and to be loved. You're here to help people, to show that you're here to do the work, to show this Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like you've already been doing that. I mean, I feel like I've done way enough work for about 3-4 lifetimes so far. So that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. Make sure you're following your deepest calling, and don't be afraid of sharing your love with that person when they come across your path, because you're not going to have to forsake your spiritual calling for someone. They're going to join you on that path, and it's going to be beautiful. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I'll see you next time.